Maryland 21117.
Serious classic car fans can never get enough old sheet metal. But some automotive museums look more like the back of a barn than a resting place for fine examples of four-wheeled automotive art. So where do car enthusiasts go for real quality and vintage automotive displays? Well, they go where our FYI reporter Jennifer Kaznabis goes.
There is certainly no shortage of car museums in this country, but the ones which can gather the rarest of the rare always stand out. Well, here in Danville, California, the Blackhawk Automotive Museum houses some of the most elegant automobiles, all of which are one of a kind.
Unlike many private car museums, the Blackhawk Automotive Museum, which first opened in 1988, is operated by the Smithsonian Institution. And just like the displays in America's most famous museum, the machines shown at the Blackhawk are far from ordinary.
So the cars that are on display are ones that are one of a kind, or unusual design, or owned by somebody of note.
But the Blackhawk Automotive Museum doesn't just display rare and glamorous cars, it showcases them in a 70,000 square foot gallery where lighting and architecture play a significant role.
And it's very interesting because not only is the architecture beautiful for the museum, but they also selected a different kind of lighting that you didn't really see in auto museums. They went to a jewelry store and saw how jewelry was displayed. That's why you had this really spectacular effect of the way the cars are lit.
From the exclusive Rolls Royces to the elegant Delahaye's, this museum is not only about cars, it is also about art and history.
Each of the cars has a story, and it is very fun as a docent to be able to interpret the cars to young people and adults, because each one has a story. Each car stands for a certain era. It stands for the things that people love to do and that they admired. It stands for, all of them stand for an era of wealth, and it's just fun to think of the fact that people went on picnics, went out in the country, went around town feeling very important in a beautiful car like many of these.
Now this is what I call a true vacation car. This 1935 Duesenberg once belonged to Clark Gable. He and Carol Lombard would hop in and take off for a weekend getaway on many occasions.
Clark Gable had that car redesigned, had the bodywork redone for himself, and had a lot of changes made in it so that it was very spectacular. And you know, we can easily see why she was attracted to him. Not only was he Clark Gable, but look at this car. And he used that car all through their marriage.
Unfortunately, on January 16, 1942, Carol Lombard died in a plane crash, and Clark Gable, who was devastated, never drove the car again. In 1970, this 1929 Daimler was found abandoned in the jungle. It belonged to the Maharaja of India, and he used it for tiger hunting.
I guess it stopped working. It was just abandoned, and then found years later, and it was so heavy because it's made of German silver that they had to get an elephant to pull it out.
Other vehicles on display include the 1933 Pierce Arrow. This car company went out of business just after World War II, and everyone should recognize this 1938 International Harvester Model D2, otherwise known as the Woody Wagon. This 1906 Cadillac with brass trim is also one of the more popular pieces. It has the signature King Leopold seats.
The King Leopold of Belgium saw a couch that he really liked, a leather couch. And so he said, I want that for my car.
You might wonder how such a collection of cars can come together. Most of the cars are on loan from owners all over the world. And the museum changes its displays whenever possible. So if you go to the museum this year, you'll probably see different cars than you saw last year. But never are any of these cars less than perfect.